What a packed full morning, huh? Who's excited?
Are we done? I got one more.
No, seriously, there are so many things happening this fall, and I really want to take a few minutes before we get too far into my recruiting presentation and talk to you about picking your passion. We have 3 amazing brands that we can offer now. What did you say?
I already found mine.
Oh, good. Three amazing brands that we can offer now, which is great. But I really encourage you, before you dive headfirst into all 3 of them, to sit back and think about which one you're passionate about. Now, I'm not telling you not to sell all 3 of them, but pick one that you're passionate about and make it your focus. So think about it like this. When somebody thinks of Lisa May, what do you want them to think of? When people think of Trisha Overgon, they think of Scentsy fragrance. That's my passion. I adore that Grace Adele product, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to love it, but Scentsy's always going to be my passion. A good way to pick your passion and to decide is if this brand stood all by itself, would you sell it? If Grace Adele was completely on its own and had nothing to do with Scentsy, would you sell it? There you go. There's your answer. Make that the focus of your business. You can still sell, like I said, and always recruit into, even if you're not selling that brand, because of everything rolling together. But really, really pick your passion so that when people think of that brand, they think of you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So the great thing about doing something you love is it's easy to share, right? Before I did Scentsy full time, I worked at a financial planning company. It was a job, whatever. When people would ask me what I did, I told them. No big deal, you know, whatever. When people ask me what I do now, oh my God, stand back. I'm excited. I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm wearing something that'll tell you all about it. I love it. I'm passionate about it. And that's how, I'm going to board my slides, sorry. That is how you can start recruiting if you're passionate about something. Sales are awesome. I want you to sell this product like you've never sold anything before. But if you only sell the product, you're always going to be alone because you're never going to have a team. You're never going to get a pay raise either. You're always going to make 20, 25, or 30% no matter what if you're always selling, right? And now does everybody understand 20, 25, or 30? Any questions? Got it? Okay, good. Okay, so I want you to start sharing your business with others, and I want you to think of it like you're planting seeds in a garden. If you plant seeds in a garden, they all grow at the same time and bloom at the exact same time? No. They all grow differently depending on what kind of seeds you're planting, depending on the weather, depending on how you're watering it, all that kind of stuff. So there's all different things that go into it. But you always want to have seeds being planted so that you always have seeds blooming. You always have recruits joining your team. Make sense? Cool. Okay. So where are you going to plant? Okay. Christy did a great job of touching on this. Hostesses. Hostesses are your best potential recruits. The first thing that you have to do with your hostesses, though, is listen to them. When you're setting up for that party and when your hostess coaching you, you're making that wish list, listen to why they had a party. Listen to why they love Scentsy. Listen to what they're, if they just got home from work and they've got 3 kids and they're busy and all that kind of stuff. Listen to them, okay? Share how excited you are. Even if you've had the worst day, the worst week, the worst month, I don't care, whatever. If you have a party that night, you are excited, you're happy, you're glad to go. And if you have had a bad day, going to do a party, you get to get away from the bad day anyway, okay? So anytime you talk to anybody about Scentsy or Grace Adele or Milana or whatever you're doing, you're excited, okay? Keep it simple. Simple, simple, simple. One of the things that sold me on Scentsy when I started was the fact that I could truly do the business with everything that was in that starter kit. I could truly start with that. And the second thing was it was easy. I told them about the product and I got out of the way. That was it. The hostess didn't have to make 25 trips to her car carrying boards and all this stuff for a home display. It was simple. Your hostesses are watching you, so keep it very simple so that they feel like they can do it too. If you go in there and you've got this whole complicated setup and you talk for 30 minutes, nobody wants to do very hard time recruiting your hostesses that way. Something else that you can do too, like Christy was talking about at the end of her presentation with when you're going over everything with her, you know, can you do this, that kind of thing? When she says yes, I'll offer her that party. Now, a lot of you are thinking, but I'm giving up money that way. You're giving up money right then. But sales are money for that month. Recruiting will build your income stream for life. I would much rather have a month where I only sell 500 because I've given away every other party that I have, than a month where I sell 3,000 because I've kept everything and gotten no recruits. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Basket party hostesses are the best once you've built that relationship a little bit because they're already doing the work. What do you do for a basket party? Pretty much drop it off and you pick it up. When you pick it up and you talk to her about what she's getting free and everything else, then you have to explain, you've done the work. Could you do this? Give her the party. Cool? Okay, something else. Who in this room has on something Scentsy today? Or Grace Adele?
That's my first time.
Almost everyone.
Oh. She's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. You know what's so awesome? You can identify with this, and Andy can, Jessica can, Christy can. When we first started selling Scentsy, and you would wear something, nobody knew it, nobody recognized it, nobody said anything. But now you go out with that look, oh, you sell Scentsy? I need some blah, 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 blah. It is so much easier to be a consultant now than it was 3 years ago.
Amen.
I don't care what anybody says about there's a lot of people selling blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of people that have joined Scentsy, but there's a heck of a lot of consultants that aren't doing what they should.
And that's what I can say is, I'm not lying, 80% of the people, I spent 3 big educator conferences this summer, 80% of everybody that walked into my booth, and it's a lot, needed a consultant. I'm talking out of state, everywhere, and they're like, can I order online?
Because I have this Andy Grady that's in Keller, and she's
pretty much. No, I'm just kidding.
I called her and she don't ever call me
But
back.
I'm here to tell you, do you have, that's the first words out of my mouth. Well, are you familiar with Scentsy? But if they walk up and go, oh my God, Scentsy, I know. I'm like, right. Do you have a regular consultant you use? And they go, yeah, I do. Oh, who is it?
Yeah, because usually you'll probably
Because
know.
I probably will know them, because that kind of
Just
deflects
pretend
it.
like you do.
Right.
Oh,
And if not, and they're, fantastic. Well, come on and every single time.
Yep. Yep.
That's how I feel about this.
So take care of your customers. Take care of your hostesses. When they call you, call them back.
If you don't, you got it. They'll snatch them up.
You'll lose them. Okay, and Deborah's going to talk more about that later, or next. Okay, so you're wearing your Scentsy gear, then what? Be prepared. Like Andy was saying, have stuff with you all the time to give out. Samples, the brochures, the business cards. Have y'all seen the bookmarks? I've got some of my first. Those bookmarks are great. Attach a sample to them. There's a perfect place in the back just for that return address label that you can slap on there. Give those out everywhere. But more important than any of that, follow up. Try to get their information if you can and follow up with them. Again, 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to call you.
Can I tell a real quick story?
Yeah.
I was in Chick-fil-A a couple weeks ago and had on a shirt and got approached in the bathroom. I need a light bulb. Crap, I don't have any light bulb. Here's my card. Call me, you know. I left the restroom. The more I thought about it, I thought, she has my card. She's not going to call me for a light bulb. I carry a notebook in my purse. I went to her and I said, you know what, we have a new catalog coming out in September. If you want to give me your address, I'll send you a light bulb and a catalog. That'd be great. She gave her address. How much do I get the light bulb? I said, tell you what, this one's on me. You know, but I had the afterthought, and thank goodness they would have just sat down to eat, or she would have gone out the door. But it's all, get their information, and hopefully it'll turn into something. But she wasn't going to call me for a light bulb.
No. Something else, and this is totally, well, it's kind of on the same subject because it always goes together, but we're coming into the busiest selling season of the year, and also once the weather cools off, you need to throw some stuff in your car. You never know, especially light bulbs. You never know. When I meet people, it was about, I forgot about that. It was about this fall. Yeah, people will, one time a girl called me online, and it was like probably December 15th-ish. It was really close, and she said, I need to get some warmers. I said, great, you know, I'd love to help you. How many do you need? She said, well, how many do you have? And I think I had about 10 left. So I was waving the white flag. I was done. And she said, okay. And I said, do you want to know which one's there? She's like, no, I just need gifts. And I said, okay. So I met her at Chick-fil-A. I took everything I had, my 10 warmers, all my bars, a couple plug-ins. She bought everything I had out of the trunk of my car. Just because I had it with me. Everything I had.
And I had to bring you one to do a party the next day, so you could do a party.
That's right, yeah. I had to call Jessica. I'm like, I've got a party and I have nothing. Nothing. Yep, I have that too. Okay, this is something else that's really important. And Jacqueline Roy out of Oklahoma taught me how to do this, and I love it. When you see somebody you want, get them. Get them. When you're hardworking, polite, professional people, share your passion and give them information on your business. A recruiting packet is what I call it. It can be anything. On Cincy Success, you can get those little bags that say Cincy on it. Right now, you can get purple folders at Walmart for like $0.10. I mean, really cheap. Those are great too. She's got a recruiting.
Cut them in half because I don't like to pay full price for things. Buy the folders, they're really cheap right now. Cut them in half and make them into little mini.
There you go. There you go. Put a catalog, a joint brochure.
What is it?
Cheap.
I missed
Where's
it.
that?
How did you cut it?
The
That's what I
folders,
wanna know.
just
She
cut it in half.
Don't get
this?
too. Those are being discontinued, I believe. So
They're on sale.
yeah, that's why. Yeah. So stock up if you want to do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that is something else. Buy the purple 10-cent folder at Walmart. Slap a Cincy sticker on it. Slap a Cincy list. There you go. It's but put a catalog in there. The new join and host brochure. A Discover DVD. I put a cent circle in there if it's for Cincy because it's people that I want on my team. I'm willing to spend $1.50 probably because that's what I probably paid for that cent circle to really give someone a gift and tell them how interested I am in sharing my passion with them. And then most important, you've got to get their information so that you can follow up. Does anybody do this? Yes. Works well, doesn't it? Okay, so now we talked all about recruiting, and I want to tell you don't recruit. Don't recruit. Don't recruit. Some of you are really good at that.
Hey!
No. Sponsor. There's a difference between recruiting and sponsoring. Recruiting is just adding team members. You can add team members all day long. But to sponsor is to guide. What is that picture? Oh, it's supposed to be hands in the middle. It looks like a flower.